This morning is kind of fun. Kim and I are running errands in our old neighborhood. This is the Sellwood and Westmoreland neighborhood of Portland, where we lived for about 4 years before we moved to our current place. Right now, while Kim goes and explores a shop with birthday cards and anniversary cards and so on, I am walking the dog and noticing just how much things have changed. There is a lot of new construction since we lived here. We moved about 3 years ago. All of the construction was actually one of the reasons we moved. We felt like the increased population density was bringing some things that we just didn't want to wrestle with. We were just feeling overwhelmed and crowded, so we wanted something a little bit or a lot more secluded, and that's what we have. Having said that, this neighborhood has something that our current neighborhood does not have, and that's walkability. Sure, I do take the dog on long walks every day, our 2-mile loop, and that's great, but it's very difficult to walk for any kind of errands. The nearest grocery store is about 1.25 miles away. The nearest anything is 1.25 miles away. And there's not an abundance of things to do or walk to in our current neighborhood. Whereas in this neighborhood, there is stuff all around. Anything you could possibly want to do, you can walk to. We could walk to the park, we could walk to the post office, we could walk to restaurants, we could walk to bars, we could walk to shops, we could walk to the grocery store. I'm passing by the grocery store right now. This walkability issue is actually something that Kim and I talk about quite a bit because walkability is very important to me. I love to get out and to do my errands by foot. I love to go to restaurants and stores and to meet people and just walk to do it. Walk to parks, walk the dog, and so on. In our current neighborhood, we have a walk score of 1. This neighborhood, on the other hand, if I remember right, our walk score was something like 82 or 88 or something like that. It was huge, and that's because you can walk to anything. Living where we do, in a place that's not walkable, it does reduce our spending. When we lived here, it was just really, really easy to go out to eat, go out for beers, to do almost anything we wanted that involves spending money. Where we live now, it requires a commitment. You gotta get in the car and drive to go spend money. So we don't do it as often. Part of the reason we moved was to cut costs, and it worked. I decided to ask Kim what she misses and does not miss about our old neighborhood.
I really miss being able to walk everywhere for everything, so I really miss the walkability. I miss being able to sit outside and like wave to the neighbors or have them come in and, finish eating with us or have a drink or whatever. I miss the diversity and options of things to do, like just outside your door. I miss living right next to the river where we could just like take the kayak straight down.
I forgot about the river.
Yeah. And I miss the community. Like I miss saying hi to my neighbors and all the little events in the farmers market, and there's a definite sense of community in this area. The things I don't like, which is what you're gonna ask now.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you what you don't miss or what you're glad you're...
What I don't miss, I definitely don't miss the traffic. It is so trafficy. I don't miss like the dirtiness. It's kind of dirty and garbagey and stuff. I don't like that. And I don't feel as safe here as I do in our current neighborhood. I mean, there's certainly an element of homelessness and drug use, and I remember taking the dog for walks down by the river and having to pick up like syringes and worried about them running into the homeless encampments and getting into stuff, and I don't miss that at all. And I don't miss the like high level kind of stress, tension, anxiety or whatever that comes in a condensed population zone.
Yep.
That kind of stuff I don't miss. Yeah.
Basically, there are a lot of things we miss about living here, but there are things we don't miss either. I think in my dream world, we'd somehow be able to afford half an acre here in the Sellwood neighborhood. Not that there's half an acre available, but we'd afford half an acre and we would walk to whatever we wanted. We wouldn't own a car. But that's a dream, isn't it? The reality is every place is a trade-off. No matter where you choose to live, you're giving up some things in order to get others. And we like our current home, and we have no plans to leave.